And hello there, welcome to the Red October Network. Thank you for watching, everybody. How's it going? It's your buddy here, Stefan Cassadee. Another edition of Jersey Confessions. Welcome to the lab, the evil lab, if I could say that. And we'll get started. So anyways, thank you for watching as always. Hope you like those Eric Clapton and Wallflowers videos. I know at least one of them was quite a big hit here on the Red October Network. So, excuse me, anyways, if you're watching this right now, and you're in the time zone, you will notice that this is April 17th. And April 17th, 2013, happens to be my 27th birthday, so happy birthday to me. So this is a big thing. I know that there's been a lot of things that have gone on here in the past few days, you know, with the Boston Marathon explosion and everything. And this has traditionally been a very bad and turbulent time of the year for a lot of people. Because Waco, Oklahoma City, the Virginia Tech bombings, all happened within the third week of April. So, being that that's the truth. I'll move this camera a little bit. Being that that's the truth, I think there's a lot to be said about just the way the world has been, because I've been here for 27 years as of right now. So, what has happened in the world? Well, I would like to dedicate this video to that, to what has happened with America and the world. I think there's a lot of things that we've done. First of all, I know in this world today that there's a lot more kind of openness with our lives. When I was little, we all, if we wanted to talk to somebody, we wanted to keep track of friends, we would either have to go and call them on the phone, if we were lucky, or we would have to write a letter or something. And then in the 90s, it was AOL Instant Messenger. Now it's Facebook. And I think we're all kind of very open with our lives. We tend to go on Facebook, post anything we want, things that mean a lot to us, things that mean very little, things we like, things we hate. And that's definitely something that's different. I know a lot of times nowadays even employers want to know what your Facebook is up to, and it's unfortunate. And so I think there's a lot of connectivity between friends. I know for certain that I would not keep track of most of the people. In fact, 99% of the people on Facebook, I don't give a damn about them. And it has allowed me to kind of keep a lot of track of a lot of just people who I normally wouldn't say anything to. And I think that's a big thing. Another thing that I know in the world today is there's a lot less hope for people. We have a lot less ability to believe in our common man. You know, I think a lot of it circles around that we've become this competitive nature where jobs are few and debt is a lot. People go to college, people learn a trade, people do this, people do that. It's like we've kind of grown into this kind of society where, you know, your employer is no longer a friend, it's your enemy. You're a liability now. You're not an employee, you're not an asset. And I think that has changed since I've been around here. You know, the loyalty to the company is not as much. And I know that too, that we tend to value low prices over high quality. Look at all the stuff that's sold at Walmart. Obviously, if you look at Walmart wasn't all that big. When I was little, we had Hills and Ames. here in Pittsburgh. We had David Weiss. We had Service Merchandise. We had these ridiculous stores. We had Sun TV. Now we have all these just multinational kind of brands going on. Look at where I work at Sears. Yeah, they've tried to do it the old-fashioned way, but now it's just like, we just want cheap shit. And, you know, Target and Sears and Kmart and JCPenney all want to sell cheap shit. And that has changed. I know, too, another thing that has changed in this world today is that we tend to have a little bit of a different picture of celebrity nowadays. When I was growing up in the 90s, we had weird people, but we had a lot more artists out there who were more about music. They were more about releasing albums. They were more about not trying to attract attention. Sure, Madonna and Michael Jackson were big, but that wasn't really like the biggest thing. Now we have Nicki Minaj and Lady Gaga, who, by the way, is very, very talented. And but Nicki Minaj and those guys, and we didn't have auto-tune, which I think is the worst thing to happen to music since we got rid of vinyl as a viable option. So we have that, and the Twitterverse, and Perez Hilton, and, you know, OMG Insider, and the interconnectedness of just the celebrity is just overwhelming. It can be overwhelming, and some young people don't understand this. They say, why are you going to listen to 90s music? It sucks. Well, because it was more about being a kind of musician rather than be an all-star. And I think, too, that we've gotten to the point where, with The Voice, you know, in American Idol, where, you know, the comment has been kind of brought back into the equation. So that's a little bit different. Another thing that I do know with this world today is that people tend to be a lot more stressed and depressed as a result. You know, we have all these drugs and therapists and everything to make people feel better, but people don't feel better. We're under stress all the time. We don't have any time for leisure or luxury. And the view is with it now is that we have to be making money at all periods of time in order to be considered a sane person. You look at, for example, when you see all these boards like on Yahoo and YouTube and everything about people getting jobs, that we talk about jobs in terms of how much money they make and not what their, some contribution to society is. We tend to value a person who is an accountant or an engineer or something that has math or science skills. What about painters? What about writers? What about somebody who may not necessarily make $1 million but might be a thinker or a dreamer, or somebody who, for all intents and purposes, is adds something to beautify the world. And I think, too, that's something where it'll start to shift again, because I think people in America nowadays don't have hobbies. Their hobby is making money. Time is money, and money is money. Money is everything. And we need to get away from that. And that's definitely something that we have to kind of lead ourselves back to. So, another thing that I think we have nowadays is that we have become very divided. You can blame Obama for that. But not only that, but all politicians in general for that. Because we've seen so many violent things being said about each other, and I've never seen politicians, Democrats, Republicans, Libertarians, Independents, I've never seen anybody like that just argue so much and swear and curse. you read all the social media outlets, people don't censor themselves anymore, and we've gone from the people who are highly liberal, would never vote for a Republican, to the people who are highly conservative. They thump their Bibles and tote their guns around, and they go and kind of have a belief that the other side is out to get them. We have all these people who talk about HARP and chemtrails and false flags and everything. By the way, those are a joke. When I was little, we didn't have the Doppler radar as we did today. We also didn't have the ease of data. Certainly, if you know here, you've seen videos here on Red October Network, I can pull up a radar anytime I want. When I was little, we had to wait for the local radar on the Weather Channel. We had to wait till the 6 o'clock news. And so the interchange, and it goes along with this kind of online persona that everybody has, and the political field has just widened because of that. So I think that's another thing that has changed, and maybe not for the better. And finally, I think in the world today, we think differently about love. We do. Because from years and years and years, from the beginning of humans being put on the earth, love was a feeling that you had. And you would go to your neighbor, or you would go to the person in school, or the person in college or something, and you would go out with them, and you would say you love them, you cherish them, you think about everything that they could be, and for me it'd be she is your all, or for a girl, if you're watching, he is your all. Now I think a relationship has become kind of this public status. And that's bothersome, because I think the worst thing that happened was whenever we made it so it's a Facebook updatable thing. And I can tell you that, to me at least, love has become so publicized. You remember John Lennon said, "Why do we fight wars and violence and kill people in public and go in private to make love?" Well, I think nowadays, with Facebook and Twitter and everything, that love has become sort of a business. And the internet has made that, and by the way, the internet wasn't around when I was born. And you can see a common thread here, that it has made everything kind of consistent. And I think love is something where I've experienced it a lot, but things can be said very quickly over some of the circuits, like the online circuits and everything, and that has become a real different thing. We still love people, but we don't love them in the same way. We love them because they'll make us money, or they'll give us sex, or they'll make our Facebook friends jealous. Years and years ago, we had the trophy wives, but we really thought love was more of a primal need more than anything, and I don't think that's true anymore. So, anyways, so happy birthday to me. If anybody wants to send me gift cards or beef stew or gold coins or whatever, go ahead. I'll enjoy that. And so next time around, I think we're going to give a little bit of a talk about something called sleep apnea. We're going to do a little mobile presentation. I'm going to show you my VPAP machine, CPAP, BiPAP, and VPAP. Show you how it works. Do a little Mr. Rogers. Kind of don't be scared about things, and we'll do that. So, anyways, thank you for watching the Red October Network. You're going to enjoy our videos as always. There's my belly. So we're going to kind of put the jersey back up and call it a night. Get it nice and straightened. And I hope you guys all enjoyed watching me on here. And definitely leave your comments and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll try to get a little preview to the vlog on the page up, or if I can get my computer back on. So see you later. Thank you. Signing off.